Hello, what's going on, guys? Hey, it's been a few days, y'all. Well, I hope that you're all doing well in your everyday lives. And I also pray and hope that this video reaches you out in the best of health and in the best of spirit. So tonight I want to speak about this German politician who goes by the name of Jürgen Todenhöfer. Jürgen Todenhöfer is a German politician, former member of the German Bundestag. He's a journalist, and also he is author. He has authored few books. Uh, Jürgen Todenhöfer, after hearing about the current ongoing conflict between the Malian authorities and the arrogant, shameless French politicians, after he heard that the conflict got so serious that Mali had to deport French ambassador back to France, after he heard that it has gotten so serious that the Malian authorities have asked the immediate departure of the French, the 2,500 French troops on the soil of Mali. After he heard of all of these things, he said to himself, hey, let me go to Mali. Let me be on the ground down there in Mali on my own feet, investigate by myself as an investigative journalist by profession. Let me go there and find out what exactly is going on. What exactly is the matter between the French authorities? What exactly is the matter between the Malian authorities and the French government? You understand? So he went there, he investigated by himself. You understand? Today he posted the results of his investigation on his Facebook page. It actually surprised many people that he is in Mali. You understand? It surprised many people through the comment space. You can feel that people were kind of surprised that he is actually in Mali, because he did not make any post about it. He did not make his travel to Mali or his trip to Mali public until today, after he reached Mali and made his investigations, talked to different locals, talked to different tribes. You understand? He found out that the only problem that exists between the Malian authorities and the shameless French politicians is France's imperialistic, colonialistic, exploitative activities on the soil of Mali. He found out that this is the only thing that's causing the ongoing conflicts that's between the Malian authorities and the French government. So he shared the results of his investigation on his Facebook page. It is here. This is his page, as you can see. You can see this is his page, and this is what he wrote today about Mali. You understand? You can see him there with the Malian locals in the different pictures he posted there. So I'm going to read to you guys now what he wrote after he talked to Malians, different Malian locals, different Malian tribes. You understand? What he wrote is here. He said, I have been in Mali for the past 4 days now, while Europe is in danger of slipping into a big senseless war. Our military forces in Mali are already in the middle of one. There is no fight against Islamic terrorism in Mali, as our politicians try to make us believe. What is going on in Mali is a dirty, materialistic war. Is a dirty, colonialistic war for French raw material interests. You understand? It means the war that's going on in Mali is a war that's created by France. You understand? In order for France to keep looting the natural resources of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. As you know, these three countries contain a lot of reserve of mineral wealth, uranium, coltan, cobalt. In my other video, I have already talked about this. You understand? So he said there is no such thing as a Islamic, as a fight. He said there is no such thing as a fight against Islamist jihadism in Mali. The only thing that's going on in Mali is France's invented troubles. France has created these troubles in Mali in order for France to keep having its military presence in the Sahel, in order for France to control the natural resources of these countries, without which France will go from a world superpower and become one of the poorest countries on the face of this planet Earth. He is the one who wrote it, not me. It is written here. You can also visit his page and you will read all the things that I'm reading to you right now, written by his hands. You understand? You see, he also threatened to take France and France's allies before the International Criminal Court. You understand? He also threatened to take France and France's allies before the International Criminal Court. He said because they are destroying Africans, they are destroying the land of Africa, and they are looting the natural resources of the African continent. He continued. Now he's addressing the German, he's talking to the German Chancellor. He said, we should have nothing to do with this dirty fake war of France. Get our troops out of Mali right now. This is France's war to maintain its control over its former colonies, politics, and natural resources, uranium, oil, and gold. You understand? So, as you can see, this is a European man. You understand? This is a European man who decided to go to Africa to find out things for himself, because he is someone who don't have confidence or trust in the Western mainstream media, Western news channels, and in the Western politicians. You understand? So he had to go to Mali by himself to try to find out the truths. Like an old saying goes, those who look for truths shall find the truths. You understand? And those who hate the truths shall forever live in the lies or by lies and shall find lies. You understand? Imagine a European man paying his ticket to go to Mali. You understand? To try to understand what exactly is the matter between the Malian authorities and French authorities. You understand? Because in the first place, he's already someone who understands France's imperialistic sickness. France that love to control Africa's natural resources. France that don't have any respect for us as Africans, as black people. France that will do everything to keep us poor, suffering and humiliated, and a backward race of people. He understands all this. All these are what motivated him to want to go on the ground there in Mali to find out things for himself. Imagine this is a European man. You understand? Many thousands of miles away from Mali. You understand? He decided to go to Mali to find out the truths of the matter, to find out what really is going on, what caused the Malian authorities to deport French ambassador, what caused the Malian authorities to want to get rid of the French military, to ask for the immediate departure of the 3,500 French military from the soil of Mali. This European man had the courage to travel to Mali to find out these truths for himself. Yet you have Negro leaders on the African continent. You understand? African presidents, Negroes like myself, on the African continent, who claims not to understand or pretend not to understand the real reason of the conflict between the Malian authorities and the shameless, thief, wicked French politicians. You have Negro leaders on the African continent, within West Africa, right by the border of Mali, that claim not to understand the reality or the hideousness or the wickedness of the French military presence in the Sahel, in Mali in particular, and in the Sahel in general. These Negro leaders claim not to understand it at all. You understand? the president of Senegal, Macky Sall, the president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, the president of Ivory Coast, Alassane Ouattara, and the other little puppets, shameless little puppets of France. They claim not to understand what the Malian military are fighting for, the noble fight. They are fighting to save Mali and to save the Malian people from the imperialistic wickedness and greed of France and French politicians. These Negro leaders had the audacity to put sanctions on Mali. You understand? But they will be ashamed. They will be humiliated. They're already humiliated. You understand? Because they saw that the Malians don't need them. You understand? The Malians are a determined people, determined to free themselves from every demonic outside force that's keeping our country trapped in poverty and conflicts. You understand? So I wanted to really thank this German politician and journalist so much. I really thank you, Mr. Jürgen Todenhöfer. I thank you so much, and I appreciate your courage. I appreciate you being a voice for the voiceless. I appreciate your courage, standing up with the truths, standing up for the truths which the Malian people are fighting for. I appreciate your courage. As a European man, while you have Negro leaders on the African continent, stupid Negro leaders like the president of Senegal, the president of Ivory Coast, and the president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, and many others, these dummies claims not to understand the real cause of the conflict of Mali, the Malian authorities, and France. You understand? These African leaders, these West African leaders, the president of Senegal, Macky Sall, the president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, and the president of Ivory Coast, Alassane Ouattara, these Negroes should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves. You understand? So I just, I came across this this post today by Jürgen Todenhöfer. I said to myself, let me share this with other Africans. Let me let the Africans know that this man is a man who have decided, you understand, to intervene, you understand, and be a voice for the voiceless. You understand? So that's it, guys. Until next time, see you again. That was your boy Omson the Real. Boom.